Incredibly easy. So these have what we call auto beamforming. So basically you roughly point them in the right direction. The software takes over and then aligns them. Every packet that's then sent, it realigns. So every single data packet,
it's just keeps realigning. Auto configuration. I'm joined with Ricky on the TACHYON UK stand. I'm going to go through who TACHYON UK are and a number of the products. So Ricky, thank you for allowing me the time to spend on your stand. Can you give me a bit of background? Who is TACHYON UK?
Sure. So TACHYON Networks are an American brand. We're the master distributors for in the UK. So the American brand, all the kit is actually built in the EU, in Lithuania.
In Lithuania, okay.
Correct, yeah. That's obviously a benefit as well. But yeah, it's fast become our fastest growing product since we took it on. Really, really popular in the security world.
So designed in the USA, made in
Lithuania.
Lithuania.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of lineup in products does TACHYON UK have?
Okay, so quite specifically, it's 60 gigahertz as opposed to your traditional 5 gigahertz network. The difference between the two is 5 gigahertz between 2 point-to-point or multi-points. It's like a big 3D rugby ball shape, so they're tapered at each end,
right?
A larger spectrum in the middle.
Okay.
With 60 gigahertz, it's like what we call a millimeter beam. So it's like an invisible laser beam between 2 points. But the key thing is virtually interference free, whereas because of the nature of the 3D rugby balls between points, it's actually, you get a lot of interference and crossover and things like that.
So for example, let's say on industrial estate,
yeah,
and you've got different businesses utilizing different Wi-Fi point-to-point.
Yeah.
You'd say majority of them would be using something along the 5 gigahertz. So there's going to be interference because there's overlaps from all of them.
Exactly.
Is that correct? Utilizing something with the TACHYON, we're using a virtually invisible laser point, which is going at 60 gigahertz, you said?
60 gigahertz, yeah.
So
up to 2.3 gig per second.
And we're reducing interference,
yeah.
But also, what speeds can we
up
attain?
To 2.3 gig per second.
Up to 2.3
it's really fast fiber speeds.
Up to fiber speeds. Okay,
yeah,
so how many cameras could we utilize on, let's say?
It's pretty much unlimited. I mean, a typical camera stream's about 5 meg. When you've got 2.5 gig, you're probably going to run out of cameras before you run out of bandwidth.
Can you tell me why should an installer use a 60 gigahertz over one of the 5 gigahertz? Because I'm guessing 60 gigahertz, the cost might be slightly a bit more than 5 gigahertz.
That's an interesting point. Yes, the cost is slightly more, but not ridiculously more. And what you need to take into consideration is kind of like total cost of ownership. So if you've been in a 5 gigahertz network in a busy area, there's lots of other wireless, you may have to go back to site and it's very difficult for you to work out exactly what the problem is because it's someone else's network. You then need to speak to them if you can, and by the time you've gone back to site once, you've probably lost all your margin in a deal.
Right.
Whereas you put this in once, set it up, there's no interference, you won't have to be going back.
And how easy is the setup of this compared to, like, say, some of the other competitions out there?
Incredibly easy. So these have what we call auto beamforming. So basically you roughly point them in the right direction. The software takes over and then aligns them. Every packet that's then sent, it realigns. So every single data packet,
it's just keeps realigning. Auto configuration.
Yeah, beamforming it's called. So even if there's slight movement on the radio, in terms of, like, people fitted these on boats and things in America where you've got the different tidal ranges to a fixed point on the land and they will stay connected.
What distances can we attain with the 60 gigahertz?
Okay, so this small one here is the 303X. That is for kind of short haul stuff up to 250 meters. So great for town center work. These ones as well, good for town centers. This is the base station and a client there. Up to 32 radios per base station can point back to it. So these will do around 800 to a kilometer. This is what we call a naked radio here, but these are the different antennas that clip onto the back of onto the front of it. So that will do 2 kilometers, 3.5 kilometers, and up to 6 kilometers for that.
6 kilometers with that one.
Yeah.
Going at 60 gigahertz with that invisible, virtually invisible.
You will lose some of the speed over those distances, in fairness. So you're not going to get 2.3 gig at those ranges.
Are there any other benefits to 60 gigahertz?
Yeah, very much so. So in the UK, by UK law, 5 gigahertz radios have to shut down when radar is detected.
Okay.
It's like an MOD standard and an Ofcom standard. So basically 60 gigahertz is not affected by radar. So if you've got projects on military bases, marinas, airports, things like that, 60 gigahertz definitely the way to go.
That is the way to go.
100%, yeah.
Right, okay. Ricky from TACHYON UK, thank you very much for your time.
Cheers.
Thanks.